Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bharadwaj Alter and this is Game On, your one-stop destination for all things sports. Let's begin with the latest from the fifth and the final test. That's to be played in Dharamsala from the 7th of March. And Jasprit Bumrah is back in the squad as BCCI announced a revised squad for the final match. Bumrah was rested from the fourth test in Ranchi to manage his workload. The press release says Jasprit Bumrah, who was released from the squad for the fourth test in Ranchi, will link up with the squad in Dharamshala for the fifth test. Now, the 30-year-old had been in outstanding form over the first three games of the series, taking 17 wickets at 13.64. He was replaced by Bengal's seamer Akashdeep in India's 11 for the Ranchi test. India also have Mohammad Siraj and Mukesh Kumar available in their squad to pick for the test match that is expected to favour fast bowlers. Now, there were already reports of Rahul missing the fifth test as he was in London consulting with specialists for the quadriceps tendon injury that ruled him out of the second, third and the fourth tests. BCCI now has confirmed the news, saying they are monitoring him closely and coordinating with the specialists in London for the management of his injury. There is some stiffness in the same right quadriceps on which he underwent surgery last year, and now he wants to take an opinion on the same from these doctors in London. Washington Sundar, meanwhile, has been released from the squad. He will join Tamil Nadu for their Ranji Trophy fixture against Mumbai that starts on the 2nd of March. BCCI press release also mentioned Mohammad Shami's surgery. It said that he underwent a surgery on the 26th of February for his right heel problem. He's recovering well and will soon head to NCA in Bengaluru to commence his rehabilitation process. Now, the build-up to Wednesday's announcement by the BCCI regarding central contracts for the following year was in fact ominous, with the board secretary Jay Shah first saying that cricketers must prioritise domestic cricket over the IPL, followed by Team India skipper Rohit Sharma saying after the Ranchi victory that only those players who value Test cricket and who are hungry for Test cricket will be selected in the squad, which brings into the spotlight two batters who have made headlines over the past few weeks. Since requesting for a break in December during the tour to South Africa, Ishan Kishan had not played a single domestic match for Jharkhand. In this time, Jharkhand played 7 Ranji Trophy matches, and Ishan Kishan was conspicuous by his absence this whole time, instead being seen training with his Mumbai Indians captain Hardik Pandya at an academy in Baroda. There have been unconfirmed murmurs of an incident in South Africa, after which a section of the team management is believed to be miffed by Ishan Kishan's attitude, perhaps reflected in statements to the media by India's head coach Rahul. Dravid first commented that Ishan Kishan had taken a break and would return when he was ready. But then on 5th of February, he had this to say. He said, "I don't want to go on labouring about Ishan Kishan point. I've tried to explain this as best as I can. The point was he had requested a break. We were happy to give him the break. Whenever he's ready, I didn't see he has to play domestic cricket. I said whenever he's ready, he needs to play some cricket and come back. The choice is his. We are not forcing him to do anything. We're in touch with him. It's not that we've not been in touch. He's not yet started playing right. So at the moment, it is not something we can consider because, you know, he may not be ready. He decides when he wants to be ready. We've got options with Rishabh injured and stuff, and I'm sure the selectors will weigh all options." This was Rahul Dravid talking about Ishan Kishan when he was asked this question. Now, cut to yesterday's development, and Ishan Kishan finds himself without a central contract and widespread speculation over his future as a Test cricketer. Okay, now in regards to Shreyas Iyer, the middle order batter's extended run of low scores over the past 12 months saw him dropped from the Test squad before the Rajkot match against England, at the same time at which BCCI Secretary Jay Shah said he had informed all centrally contracted cricketers to play domestic cricket if fit and available. There were reports of Iyer not playing Mumbai's Ranji Trophy quarterfinals because of a lingering back spasm issue. But it was then reported that Nitin Patel, the head of sports science at the National Cricket Academy, sent an email to the selectors in which he stated that Iyer did not report any fresh injury and that he was fit. Shreyas had a good outing at the World Cup in October-November, where he scored 468 runs, including 2 centuries and 3 50s. He was also one of the stars, but his absence from the Ranji Trophy and these conflicting reports in the media about his fitness, they have apparently not sat well with the Indian team management, chief of selectors Ajit Agarkar and the BCCI, which was reflected in the decision to exclude Iyer from the central contracts list. What then can we surmise from the news of Iyer and Kishan having their central contracts terminated? Does the BCCI cracking a whip on players opting for the franchises and these superstar cricketers? Well, yesterday's development, will that set a new precedent, or will this decision by the BCCI prove to be merely a subjective player-to-player case? Time will tell, but for the time being, all eyes will be on Kishan and Iyer, specifically when now Shreyas Iyer turns out for Mumbai in the Ranji Trophy semi-finals, as well as during the upcoming IPL. So, former India head coach Ravi Shastri, he backed the duo. He has said that he's backing them to come back stronger following their unceremonious exits from the central contracts list. On X, this is what he wrote. He says, in the game of cricket, comebacks define the spirit. Chin up, Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan. Dig deep, face challenges and come back even stronger. Your past achievements speak volumes, and I have no doubt you will conquer once again. Okay, in case you want to know what the contracts are, in total 30 players have been offered central contracts in 4 categories. There are 4 in grade A+, which offers rupees 7 crores. 6 players in grade A, which offers 5 crore. 5 players in grade B, which is 3 crores, and 15 in grade C, that fetches 1 crore. In grade A+, which features the top performers, there are 4 players who have retained their positions from the previous cycle: Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Jasprit Bumrah and Ravindra Jadeja. These players are crucial members across all 3 formats of the game. Grade A sees an increase in the number of players from 5 to 6, alongside established names like Ravichandran Ashwin, Mohammad Shami and Hardik Pandya. Now KL Rahul, Mohammad Siraj and Shubman Gill have been included in this category, reflecting their significant contributions to the team. Rishabh Pant, who missed international cricket due to a car accident, he's been moved down from grade A to grade B. Suryakumar Yadav, despite his impressive performances, remains in grade B due to his less impactful returns in 50 overs cricket. Additionally, Kuldeep Yadav, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Tilak Verma have been included in grade B, along with the demotion of Akshar Patel from grade A to grade B. Now, grade C. Grade C comprises of 15 players who will receive an annual retainer of 1 crore. Notably, some experienced players like Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane, they miss out after being dropped from the test team. The selection committee has included Rinku Singh in that. There is Tilak Verma, Rituraj Gaikwad. There are others. Washington Sundar is there. There's Jitesh Sharma, Ravi Bishnoi, Mukesh Kumar, Sanju Samson. So there's a list of 15 athletes, 15 cricketers who are in grade C. Arshdeep Singh, K.S. Bharat, Prasidh Krishna, Avesh Khan, Rajat Patidar. The selection committee has also recommended a new category, which is fast bowling contracts, in which Akashdeep, Vijay Kumar Vyashak, Umran Malik, Yash Dayal and Vidwat Kavarappa have been included. Now, these annual contracts for the 2023-24 season will be applicable, or they've already started being applicable, from October 1st last year to September 30th of 2024. So, players who feature in a minimum of 3 tests or 8 ODIs or 10 T20Is within this period will automatically be included in the grade C on a pro rata basis. So, if Dhruv Jurel and Sarfaraz Khan, who have already played 2 test matches against England, feature in the Dharamsala Test, then they will make it to the grade C list. Okay, moving on. Anju Bobby George, the first Indian to secure a medal in the World Athletics Championship in 2003 in Paris, and the Vice President of the Athletics Federation of India is excited about India's prospects in Paris Olympics 2024. She joins us for a quick chat. Let's go straight to her. Ma'am, you were the first to win a medal in the World Athletics Championship back in 2003. Compare that to the Worlds in Budapest last year, where 3 Indians made it to the final of the javelin throw event in what was first ever, first ever for India. 3 Indians in the final. What have been the changes that you've seen from when you competed to now?
See, our time going for Olympics or World Championship, it was just go and come back. And now our athletes are aiming for medal, and as a bunch they are going for, as you said, 3 javelin throwers where they're in best of 6 in the World Championships, and this Olympics also we are placing 3 of them, and we are aiming for more than 1 medal this time. So the athletics, it changed a lot, and the planning what the federation is doing and the ministry is doing, the government, the support from the government, it's a team game now, and it's as a team we are working together and we are counting and we are winning the medal.
Now, it is an important year for athletes with Paris Olympics just 5 months away. The sporting ecosystem is working towards either qualifying for the Olympics or getting the right training to excel at the global event. What are your expectations from India's athletes?
I'm expecting a lot, but I don't want to predict anything now because it will be add-on pressure for athletes. They are preparing well. They are actually in different part of our world and performing well. They started their training and competitions. So better luck, good luck, waiting for your victory.
Okay, now one of the things that India lacked when it came to doing well in sports was the scientific approach to all aspects of the athletes' training. Now that is changing with the government and the corporate companies realizing its importance, how much do you think it has changed?
Definitely sports science, if you talk about that, it's actually the athlete's life, they are challenging with their body, and injury is a part, recovery is a part, and it was lacking in Indian sports, and now we are talking about that, we are supporting our athletes with that. Then actually athletes used to go abroad for all such things, but now India is able to provide all such things to our athletes. And I'm extremely proud to see all the changes happening in Indian sports.
Well, here's wishing our athletes all the very best for the upcoming Olympics in Paris. But Anju Bobby George, ma'am, thank you so much for joining us here. Okay, now former All-England badminton champion and country's most successful badminton coach, Pullela Gopichand, he was in New Delhi for News 9's Global Summit, What India Thinks Today. We caught up with him for a quick chat.
How do you see badminton's future in India?
Well, in the last few years, the sport has grown multifold. I think in grassroots level performances or in participation at the grassroots level or performance at the world level, I think we've really done very well. Also that I think over the last few years, we've had multiple world champions in various events, and I see a lot of positivity in that, and also the results of the 2 great team championship results, whether it's the Thomas Cup win or the Asian Games medal or the BATC medal from the women, I think have been phenomenal stories for Indian badminton, and I do see a whole hope and a future for Indian badminton.
So the narrative of sports in India is centered around cricket. So what do you think the government can do more to make it more centric towards badminton?
Well, I think the last 10 years has ensured that a lot of improvement has happened in the general ecosystem of sport. And we as a sport have done well. I think the government is doing its bit. I would really love if media and the corporate world also looks at sport other than cricket differently. But I think in general, if I were to really look at it from a very clean perspective, I think the last 10 years in general for sport other than cricket have been very, very good. And cricket, of course, has been kind of there, and it continues to be there, and it will be there, but it doesn't it also is okay that the other sports actually can have their own space, and cricket can have its own space.
So right now at News 9 Summit, you also talked about the athletes who are not educated and haven't made that big and are also aged. So what do you think? Because after a point in time, that develops an anger towards the sports. So what do you think the government can do or anyone can do to change that thing so that even successful, not successful, the love for the sport does not end?
I think it's a very important thing. I think it's very important that we take this thing out and have sports persons being recognized for their effort overall, and not only champions but a larger group of that ecosystem should be felicitated, should be given assurances of jobs or a livelihood or the skills to lead a good life later on. I think it'll be very important because those numbers were much less in the past, but with the kind of influx into the sport, we'll have a lot more failures, and we have to ensure that these failures are not failures in life.
All right. Any message for the budding sports enthusiasts?
I think it's great time to play sport. I think it's very important that we are in sport. It's a great time to play sport in our country. The last few years has been fantastic, and I'm sure that the next few years are going to be even better. So continue pushing yourself, and I'm sure we'll do very well in sport.
So continue pushing yourself and you will make it big. The words from Phalela Gopichand.
Okay, we're going to slip into a short break. When we come back, Ronaldo is suspended by Al Nassr. More on that when we return.
मेक इन इंडिया जैसे है ना, वैसे ही एक मूवमेंट चलना चाहिए, मेड इन इंडिया.
Nowadays, you're seeing there is a color palette, a theme, and even a whole designer concept to the wedding.
I think the entire headache which the relatives used to take is now gone to the wedding planner.
And India, in terms of diversity, gives you all the options to do your residential weddings within India itself.
The big fat Indian wedding will end up adding to the growth of India's economy.
Welcome back. Al Nassr forward Cristiano Ronaldo has been banned for one match for provoking fans after the Saudi Pro League win over Al Shabab. This is what happened. Al Shabab supporters chanted Messi, Ronaldo's long-term rival, Lionel Messi's name, after Sunday's 3-2 defeat in Riyadh. Ronaldo, who was leading his teammates after the win, responded to the home fans, chanting the name of his arch nemesis by cupping his ear and thrusting his hand forward near his pelvis. He's also been fined 30,000 Saudi riyals, that is 6,300 pounds, by the Saudi Arabian Football Federation. The SAF Disciplinary and Ethics Committee said Ronaldo cannot appeal against the decision. Ronaldo opened the scoring from the penalty spot, but Al Shabab came from behind twice before Talisca scored an 87th minute winner. Now, this isn't the first time that Ronaldo has been irked by fans displaying approval of Messi at one of his games. The Portuguese had also sparked a controversy last year following a defeat to Al Hilal, responding to opposition fans waving Messi shirts by putting his hand in his genital area and pulling upwards in another video that did rounds on the social media. The ATP Tour and Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund have signed a multi-year strategic partnership in a move highlighting the growing influence of the Gulf nation on global sport. The PIF will now become the official naming partner of the men's rankings, as well as partner ATP tournaments in Indian Wells, Miami, Madrid, Beijing, the season-ending ATP Finals in Turin, and the next-gen ATP Finals stage in Jeddah. Saudi Arabia has invested heavily in various sports like soccer, Formula One, boxing and golf in the last few years, while critics accuse the oil-rich kingdom of using PIF to sports wash its human rights record. The country denies accusations of human rights abuses and says it protects its national security through its laws. The ATP said PIF had committed to developing and unlocking opportunities for young players and would also contribute to its One Vision strategic plan that focuses on unity, enhancing fan experiences and leveraging growth opportunities. In August, the ATP announced that its next-gen finals for men's under-21 players would take place in Jeddah until 2027, with the prize money increased to a record $2 million. Saudi Arabia will also host a new elite tennis exhibition tournament featuring Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal and 3 other Grand Slam champions in October. Nadal was also named an ambassador for the Saudi Tennis Federation last month. The debate over Saudi Arabia potentially hosting the women's WTA finals has also intensified, with tennis greats Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova objecting to any such move, prompting heavy criticism from the Saudi ambassador to the US. This next story will make you sit at the edge of your seats, because what you will see is the toughest downhill mountain bike race. Red Bull Hardline Tasmania is a fearsome competition where the course has a vertical elevation of 575 meters and is 2.3 kilometers long, going through vast diversity of forest, and includes huge freestyle jumps and technical downhill features. And did I tell you that it's the ladies who are racing on these crazy terrains? Watch this.
Oh my God, look at that.
Whoa!
That's a...
Oh, the big crash for Goldstone! Oh!
Watch his back wheel. Oh, boom, hits that rock. Pushes him forward.
And wow, to miss
I know, if it wasn't the
bike hit the tree. Luckily Jackson get off, said it didn't bother him one bit. New team for Ronan Dunn. Let's see what he can do this afternoon. Then second in snowshoe at those World Cup finals last year. 21 years old from County Wicklow. 56.1 on the clock then, a split one for Ronan Dunn. An incredible top section.
It's good to see Ronan. You can kind of see the experience and all the training coming into play.
And he's nearly 5 seconds up with the last split. This is incredible. Just a tuck to go now, Dan, as he comes down towards this finish line. Ronan Dunn is going to take the lead here, excuse me. The Red Bull Hardline Tasmania, here he comes then. Dunn crosses the line. 3:08 is now the time to be. Nearly 5.5 seconds. Enjoyed that. Number 1 qualifier. The last man to drop then. Here we go. Can Bernard...
Let's see what happens. He's going to know how important this jump is, how important this turn is in this section. Dives into that dust.
Stood up perhaps on the exit. A touch. Losing 0.4 in there.
Get off the bike, you go!
I think he's off. There's not. Sprints on and off the container. 2.2 back now. He's not going to do it. I'm sure of that here that takes this Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. Here comes Boom Kerr. He lays it flat. He goes second. 1 point. He belongs very much.
It's probably the best kept secret in India.
Family-owned business, which has been extremely clinical in their approach. They have not hesitated ever to kill their darlings.
Typical to